Yo, what is going on, growmies? Hope y'all are doing well, growing well. Now, growmies, today we are starting a brand new grow series, and it's gonna be, I don't know exactly what I'm calling it, but it's something along the lines of 2025 most hyped genetics. So super excited to be trying them out. But as you guys can see, looking at this tent right now, it is damn dirty. There's a whole bunch of old dried up pots in here. We got some random little bugs sometimes. It's just dirty and it needs a complete redo. However, I am planning on remixing and reusing this soil because there's still a lot of nutrients in it and a lot of there's just a lot of nutrients, so we're going to use it anyway. But if there's bugs in it and I see bugs, and I'm probably not going to. We're gonna have to do some work. Hopefully we don't have to, but who knows. Anyways, first up though is definitely getting the pots out. So I decided, growmies, I was like, you know what? I need to do some live videos. I used to do some live videos. I did them last summer. I'm like, you know what? I might as well do them again. So it's gonna dirty up my floor, unfortunately. We're just gonna take all the pots out, just put them on the floor, and then we're gonna mix them. And the pot that we're gonna mix them in, I'll show you guys in a second, it's a 5-gallon. And I'm just gonna do half and half and a light mix to get them started, nothing too crazy. And my goal is to grow an even actual sea of green across all the strains. And I want to pheno hunt them and take clones and just see how it goes, you know what I mean? This is a really tiny 2x4 size space, so we can't grow much here. But we can grow a whole bunch of tiny little plants. So my goal is to grow tiny, nice little plants, but still good looking, you know what I mean? Still like it still has some oomph to it. So not that small. But yeah, anyways, now that these are out, I guess the next step is to start sweeping. And I did want to do this all live. Oh, perfect, dude. My sweeper's right here. And so is my broomstick. Okay, I don't know how this looks. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. What does that look like? Maybe. I have to stand awkwardly to get this angle. It kind of sways, but oh dude, I'm definitely cutting this shit. I'm like, come on. Okay, I did want to do live videos, but I'm like, dude, nah. We'll do them live, but we're gonna have to take some cuts because I just kept bumping my camera and smacking the hell out of it with this broom. But anyways, we're getting close to cleaning up. I swept all the dirt over here. Now we got a big pile over here. And I'm just gonna chop it down from here and bring it down to the middle. And do a little bit of sweep like that. And also to kind of get this corner. I'm like, bro. Alright, here we go. Hey, this is some live in the video. And then now we got our, what is this called? The dustpan. And I'm not gonna reuse this soil because there's bugs in it. I see some creepy crawlies. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited to grow some exotic peppers. It's like there's some amazing plants. Okay, getting pretty close. Alright, growmies. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda got tired doing that, bro. Like, that was a lot of sweeping. Yeah, my goal is to be way cleaner and to actually, like, you know, really care about it. Be real clean about it. Be real calculated. Real observant. Really put my heart into this one. Recently, I kind of, you know, I would say I was growing the best, you know what I mean? And I want to get back to like, bro, grow some fucking fire. So, I like to be hard on myself too, so I want something that really impresses myself. Which is what I'm hoping to find out of these genetics. And to be honest, the only reason I haven't shown you guys is because I don't know where they are right now. I'm like, they're either on my desk or they're over here on the table, but I have no idea. Also, growmies, this video and channel is indeed sponsored by Spider Farmer. So, huge shout out to Spider Farmer. Thank you guys for always supporting the channel and making growers' mindset a reality. It's pretty damn awesome, you know, to have all the support that I do from Spider Farmer. And dude, look at the products they have. This is the brand new cream 2000 density Oxford cream tent, and this is one of my favorite tents I've ever gotten ever. I like it more than, you know, the Unspoken brand. But dude, growmies, this is one of my favorite tents ever. It looks absolutely incredible. The build, design, everything about it's exceptional. And honestly, it's one of my favorite tents ever. I actually like it more than the Unspoken brand to the next to it. But yeah, growmies overall, dude, I mean, look at the plants. 3x3 tent, Spider Farmer, 2000 density, nice new reflective material on the sides, big window, rolls up from the side. Dude, great tent, my new favorite tent. Honestly, I'm glad I went with Spider Farmer, dude. I can't imagine being with any other company. So huge shout out to Spider Farmer. You guys are legit. Thank you. And yeah, if you guys want to get any of the Spider Farmer stuff, use code GROWMIEGANG. It supports me, it saves you guys money, and yeah, it's just great products that I love. And this is what I choose to grow with. This is what I like. But yeah, appreciate you, growmies. Here's the final stretch. Okay, and that's pretty good, damn good for now. But now it's time to get a wet rag and wipe this down. So let me get a towel real quick. All right, growmy, so I just got this wet rag. I'm just gonna go in here and dust this all out. And just slowly work it until all the dust is removed in that section. Alright, growmy, so we're back. We got the paper towels, we got the ISO. Now we're actually going to clean the tent. Because that was just to wipe down, dust down with the wet rag. But now, we're actually going to clean it. So I'm just going to douse it pretty, I think I need a little more actually. I like to be soaking wet. We all like it to be soaking wet, boy. You know, but this is a good way to start actually cleaning it better. And there we go. I was gonna say, dude, it feels like I'm about to light something on fire. Alright. And you know, that's pretty much, I think, all we really need to do. The rest of maybe we've got to dust this fan. This one looks kind of dusty. This fan's dusty, so yeah, that definitely needs some work. And I'm also going to wipe the walls, of course, in the light. So I say we just do the walls in light, and then we move on. Okay, so now I'm just going to get in the tent to make this easier. Wipe the walls, top to bottom. You can wipe the screens. Wipe out the crevices and corners. I'm getting gassed in here by this alcohol. Very fuming. Shit. Burning my eyes. Alcohol's crazy, man. Anyways, I don't know if y'all can see that. And you should really care about dust in your phone. Honestly, the only way I know to dust is just knock it loose. No, that's fine. There we go. Nice and clean. We gotta redust again on the floor. That's fine. And now it's time to do this monstrosity. And definitely don't want to do it while it's on. but I will turn on the other fan. And this is just like a quick startup. I'm gonna have a more thorough like cleaning as the time goes on, but I don't know, my time's really crunched and I just need to get the plants going. So I'm doing as much as I can in the time I can do it. But anyways, now it's time to clean this fan, which is really fucking dirty, real dusty. Brand new fan. I got my ISO. Dude, leave a comment. Is that clean enough for you? Is this a big no-no? Or are you like, oh, that's fine? Or are you like, or are you the type of person that just like never cleans your fan? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. All right, Growmy. So after wiping all that, our floor is dirty again. So maybe not the best way to do it in order, but it's all right because we already have a clean floor and we can just repaint it one more time, sterilize it one more time. It'll be good to sterilize it. I'm just gonna douse it heavy this time. Oh, dude, I'm already gonna cover my mouth. That shit's potent. Almost tripped. We're good now. Okay. I'll say that's pretty much all that. Nice and clean. And yeah, this series, I want it to be, I should have said this at the beginning, but I want it to be every single step completely live, seed to harvest. Like literally every single step, all live. Usually my videos, sweet. Usually all my videos are scripted, and I want to try doing a live series just to see how it does, see how people like it. It's definitely a little bit out of my comfort zone, you know. I got a little nervous doing these, but hey, it's good to practice that, you know. And it only makes me better at doing my scripts and whatnot. But anyways, now that we have a clean tent, I do need to wipe up here. I'll be diligent and do that. Just, it looks perfectly clean, but dude, it never hurts to make it cleaner, you know what I mean? So, we're definitely using up this bottle. Shout out to ISO, man. Shit. Okay. So now let's just go up here. Wipe this down a little bit. I'll look at the roof too. Oh shit, I'm knocking shit off. Be careful about that. Alright. And then this final. Alright, and then here's the final one. And there we go, groomies. Everything is clean, top to bottom. Looks nice and brand new, to be honest. So, there we go. Alright, groomies. So these are all the nutrients that we're going to use for this grow. Starting from the left side. Oops, I knocked my bottle. Alright, now starting from the left side. First up, we have earthworm castings. Now, earthworm castings, to be honest, you know, this is just what everybody swears by, so that's why we're bringing. And, let's see, does that help at all? Total nitrogen, 1.25, calcium 1.0. This is the earthworm casting plant food from organic, doesn't say, that's the brand. But yeah. Alright, growmies, so now we've cleaned up our tent, we got everything clean. Now it's time to mix up our soil. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take out every single one of these 1 gallons. I'm just gonna dump them in here. So they might be a pain to get out because they're super dry. But gonna push them out, get them out, clean out the roots as much as possible. And then we're gonna lightly re-amend the soil because it already has a good amount of nutrients in it. And then, yeah, mix it up and then remix it back into these pots again. But as we can see, it's dry as hell. There's the main little rootstock right there. Got it out. Set that aside. And just keep squeezing the pots out. But yeah, Growmies, the whole point of this series is to do literally everything live from the very start to the very end. A lot of times people say like, oh, every single step, how to grow weed. Well, this video and series is going to be literally every single step. And it's going to be live. So you guys get to see everything live. There we go. Here's our first bucket. Now this shit is real fucking dusty. So I'm going to get a water bucket and put the water over this. That way I'm not breathing in dust this entire time. So be right back. Hold up. All right, Growmies. So we got some water. Just going to pour it in on the bottom. Mix it up. And then that'll help keep the dust down quite a bit. You already see it's making a big difference. But yeah, here's our first pot emptied out. And we're just going to keep going through all of them. We have quite a bit of strains to plant today, so we're going to have to mix up the soil pretty evenly. Get rid of all the hot spots. But yeah. Alright. Anyways, on to the next one. Pot number 2. Whoa. There goes all the dirt everywhere in the tent. I'm gonna have to clean it again. Alright, there's number 2. Let's get some more water. Oof. Super dusty. And it's good that it's super dry because this one will kill all the bugs. So no bugs in the soil right now. Everything's dead. Looks clean. And we got a ton of great peat moss soil to work with right now. So this is looking good. I was worried that the soil might have been contaminated. So far it does not look contaminated. You can see how dry that is. Now this one we're not going to pull it out upward. There we go. And these root systems are a lot bigger. It's just ripping off from the main stem, so it looks smaller than it is. But here we go. And there's the next one. Now I'm gonna get another bucket of water because this shit is dusty as hell. Got the Discord going as usual. Okay, here's some more water. Because again, the soil is dry and dusty as hell. I'm not trying to breathe in all this dust in my groups. But yeah, so there we go. Nice and wet. Give her a mix up. And get it evenly moisturized. Okay. Alright, Growmies, so next one. Coming out nice and easy. There we go. And there's another bucket. Alright, growmies, we got 4 buckets left. Almost there. 4 buckets to go. And there should be enough soil for everything we need. But we'll see. Alright, third to last. Hear all the roots ripping. That's why it's so hard to rip the soil out. But we're almost there. See, that whole thing is roots on the wall. Dried, dead roots. Roots all on the bottom. Alright, we're almost there. Same story, roots all over the bottom. That's why it's so hard to get the dirt out. But we're working it. That should help break it away. Rip off that stem. And then this one's bone dry, as you can see. All of it's bone dry. Tons of roots on the sidewall. It's good. Oh, sorry. And the water's leaking out the side, that's fine. Alright, growmies, this is every single step. Raw, no edits. Tell me if this is something you guys want to see the whole series be like this. So far, we're doing every single step on camera and with an explanation. But we're down to our final pot. Rip out this main stem, snaps right off, dry as hell. And again, same thing. Get it out, dig it out, get the roots, break them off the walls. And there we go. Okay. Go ahead, mix this up real good. Now this medium's gonna have to get ultra saturated. Right now it's way too dry. There's way too many dry spots. Way too many chunks of dry soil. This is just a problem waiting to happen. So in order for us to fix this problem, we're gonna have to mix it extremely well and moisturize it properly. The biggest problem people have, I would say, in organic soil is letting their medium dry out. So the goal for this is to not let that happen. Do not let the medium dry out no matter what. And yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, growmies, we're going hard. Mixing this up as best as we can. That's all we can do. All these dead, dry chunks, real bad for the soil. Gotta make sure we break them up. And the good thing is they do break up pretty easily. Now, since the soil is still extremely dry all throughout, I know there's water leaking on the bottom, but this soil has not absorbed all the water and there's a lot of dry spots. We're gonna have to give it, I would say, at least 2 or 3 buckets of water until it's all nice and heavily saturated. And that's the best way to do it. But before this gets too wet, I'm just gonna keep mixing it up like this, going deep down to the bottom of the bucket. Just mix it up like that. Okay. So now, that looks pretty good. See, it's a lot more moisturized now. Got the dry spots mixed up with the wet spots. And yeah, some nice medium, some nice soil. Again, a little dry spot ball right here. You gotta break those up. Don't want those in our soil at all. And yeah, we got a lot of those little dry spots, which is why we're gonna have to saturate each pot pretty damn heavy. But I think it'll work out fine in the end. Okay. So at this point, we've dumped all our soil. We have it ready and mixed up in here, but now we have to add our nutrients. So to add these nutrients, honestly, there's two ways I could do this. I can add the nutrients right now, or I can add them in the individual pot and then mix it in the pot. For sake of having the most even soil, I think it would be better to just fill up each pot halfway, mix in the newts, and then top them off and mix the rest. That way we have an even amount per one versus just dumping all this, because I don't really know how much nutrients I'm putting in on this size. I like to do it like per pot. So let's move this out the way. Let's get our, actually I'm gonna mix in this soil as well. So we also have some Roots Organic soil right here, some old stuff, and it's just been sitting in this bag. I'm like, I might as well use it, so I'm gonna dump it in here. Fresh bag of newts to mix in, and there we go. Or fresh bag of soil, fresh nutrients. There we go. And again, she dusty as hell, so I'm gonna mix it up and add some soil to the pot. You know what I mean? Literally. Mix it all up nice and good. Turn on this fan so I can get this fucking dust out of here. There we go. All right. And there we go, nice and beautiful. Got some gorgeous soil mixed up right here. And now it's time to put it into each pot. Now, we are growing quite a bit of different plants this time, so our organization is gonna have to be extra on point. So the strains that we're growing, let me get the seed packs. Let's see. Okay, hold on. All right, growmies. So the way that we're gonna do this is, first of all, let's see how many seeds we have to plant. We have Platinum OG Punch Breath. Hold on, let me zoom in on this. Okay, hold on. Ooh, make this look clear. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, growmies, so the three strains that we're going. First up is the Watermelon Emoji. Now, Watermelon Emoji is from Copycat Genetics, and it's the HGZTV Unreleased strain. So this is super rare, super fire. I'm gonna put the cross on the strain right now, and I believe it's OG Big Runts crossed with, I don't know what the fuck it is, Mr. Big Stuff. Basically, it's a Runts Watermelon cross and Skittles, so super excited for this one. The next strain that we're growing is Platinum OG Punch Breath. Now, this is from Tarantula Genetics, and Tarantula Genetics, he's renowned for Purple Punch crosses, and he accentuates Purple Punch and makes it better by crossing in a whole bunch of dank OGs. So super excited to try this one. And this is also the strain that my girlfriend's growing, so We're doing a grow off, me and her, who grows plant emoji punch breath better. So we'll see. And then anyways, the next strain that we're growing is Wingsuit. Now Wingsuit is from Compound Genetics. Now this strain is actually Red Bull's crossed with Gastro pop, and it's pretty fire. So far all these strains looking to be super candy terpenes, which is what I am most excited for in 2025 is the candy terps. But yeah, Growmies, this is what we're going to be popping. Okay, anyways, all right, Growmies, now that we've decided on our strains, it's time to fill up our pots, label everything, and add our nutrients. So let's do that. So first plant we're going to do, let's just go up and fill up all the pots before we plant seeds. So all I'm going to do this, so I'm going to get the soil on the left side. I'm going to get my pot right here, and I'm just going to fill it up using my hands. You know, for all the people that are like, oh, use your gloves, why don't you have gloves? I'm like, bro, hands in the dirt, no big deal, all right? That's just how it is. I'm like, I'm a gardener, it's okay to use your hands. I'm like, this is a natural exfoliant, technically. All right, Growmies. So now we're gonna be adding in the Biofish 772. Now looking at this Biofish, we have a total analysis of 7% nitrogen, 7% phosphate, 2% potash, 7% calcium, and 1% sulfur. Now, since this is a high amount of nitrogen in an organic medium and it's insoluble, this means that it's going to slowly break down over time. Now, what we don't want is this breaking down heavily in the middle of flower. So it's good to start this off now and not add this in the middle of flower. So for each pot, let me show you guys. So you guys can see, you know, everyone's like, oh, why don't you measure? You know what, we're gonna measure this time just to make everyone happy on YouTube. Here's a measuring spoon. Normally I just grab my hand and dump it. This time we're actually gonna do some measurements. So we're gonna do 1 cup, what is this? A 1/4 cup per pot. Bam. So there's a 1/4 cup of that. That actually seems like quite a bit, not gonna lie. That should last a while. And then next up, we got the Dolomite lime, same thing. I'm gonna do like half of a 1/4 cup, so we'll do that. And now we have next up is this azomite, which I've not opened yet. Let's go ahead and pop this open. See what this looks like. It's just a bag of like pinkish powder rocks. All right, let's pop her open. Ooh, super dusty. And then this one, I'm gonna be real light on this because I don't have a lot of this. I'm just gonna do like a pinch. I don't really know if that makes a difference or not, but I mean, it better. Okay. Now let me put this nutrient back in the box. And the next one we're doing, all right, Growmies, I swear by this. The Burpees All Organic 555 Biomix, this shit is legit, okay? It has everything you need. It's all organic, all natural, and it has microbes. So far, all the other nutrients we've applied do not have a guaranteed analysis of microbes. This does, so we know that they deliberately put in specific microbes that are beneficial to our microbiome. So that's why we're adding in this bag. And I also like to mix it up. That way all the particulates are more evenly, just more even, instead of having all the lighter stuff on the bottom, or on top. Okay, but now that we, ooh, and that's dusty as hell. Don't breathe that in. So now we're going here, and again, I don't have a lot of nutrients to this. I'm mainly just using this for the microbes. So I'm gonna do about like half's good. And then the last nutrient, okay. And then the last nutrient that we're adding is the earthworm castings. So again, all the growmies swear by earthworms. They're like, bro, earthworms are water, earthworms are life, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna add them in. And we're gonna just do 1 cup of these. We'll do like a half cup actually, I might run out. So we'll do a half cup. And there we go, that's our whole feed. Now, after we've mixed everything in, you guys can see this is what it looks like. Let me go a little bit brighter on the camera. So we have everything mixed in right here, right? Just gonna mix it up, like so. All the way down to the bottom to the top. Mix up like that. And then just add more soil. Add more soil. And then just fill this pot up and then keep mixing as I fill it up. And we don't want all the nutrients at the top because we're starting our seedling there. We want it to grow into this nutrients. We don't want to burn it off the bat. And organic nutrients, they can be hot off the bat, especially if you start cooking them with microbes. So the very top, we'll just have our light, normal mix, and yeah, that should be good. So here's our first pot. And then also, I am gonna do these quite light because I do want to top dress and add more soil later. So I'm expecting the soil to gradually get watered down as I continuously water. So anyways, there's our first pot ready to go. And now we just gotta do that a whole lot more times. So let's do that. All right, so first pot, filling it up. Now this is gonna be probably the watermelon emoji pots. That's honestly what I'm most excited to pop, is the watermelon emoji. And a huge shout out to Envy for supplying me with those. It's pretty damn rare and extremely hard to find. You can't order them online anywhere. So, and Envy knows I really like the watermelon emoji. So, dude, huge shout out to Envy for hooking it up, man. Fucking amazing guy. But anyways, just gonna keep on adding all our nutrients. Again, we're doing about half to a full spoon per one. Pretty much all the same. Might be a little bit more on that one. And then we're doing 1 full cup of this. There we go. And there's our second one. So you can see that's what it looks like. All our nutrients. And we're gonna mix it up. Mix it up, mix it up. And it's okay if it falls into the bucket because we're gonna use all this soil anyway. Obviously we don't wanna spill it, but it's not a big deal if it does spill because this is our stock soil anyway. And yeah, anytime your soil starts smelling real stinky in a good way, kind of just like, not like stinky manure, but just like healthy manure, that's how you know your weed's gonna be stinky and good as well also. So whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out. Remember that, growmies. So all these little extra nutrients, you know, it might seem like a lot. I promise you it's not a lot. If you guys are getting into it, you can get away with, you know, 2 bags of soil, but you might run into deficiencies depending on the strains that you're growing. For example, a lot of cookie strains like we're growing, they are ultra heavy for CalMag. So we have CalMag to supplement for that. But yeah. All right. Now we're gonna load up the next one and keep it going. There's a scoop, dolomite, just go half, earthworms, splash of the azomite, and then of course the burpees, or the microbes, godly microbes. All right, growmies, and we'll mix this up. And we already got 3 pots done. Now, a lot of you guys may be asking like, whoa, why are you growing in 1 gallon pots in organic soil, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, the reason I'm growing in small pots is because I need to grow a decent amount of, I need to pheno hunt all these plants. And I'm in a small space. So I can't be using large pots, right? It's just physically not possible. But the challenge with running organics, especially start to finish in a 1 gallon pot, is feeding. Typically in commercial grows, they grow in cocoa they grow in cocoa and rock wool. And they're able to add those synthetic nutrients all the time, multiple times per day, which allows the plants to be in a really small pot and get big. But since we're going in organic and we're trying to stay true to organic, we can't, we have to be very deliberate on our feed, and we have to be very predictive. And what's that word called? Proactive when it comes to our feeding. Because we can't just drop on a dime and fix them. We got to think about it weeks ahead. But anyways, there's our 3rd pot. Nice and ready to go. And so far, no bugs in the soil, so everything's looking perfect. All right. Number 4. Something tells me I'm gonna need more soil. I don't know why. Like, this doesn't look like the same amount of soil I put in. But yeah, growmies, these are gonna be long ass videos. I know people wanted longer videos, so I'm doing way longer videos, man. And I got this microphone. I don't know if it's the greatest microphone, but it's wireless and it does something, you know. It's better than the camera microphone. Sounds a little better. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more live videos like this if you guys like them. I mean, I think they're fun to record. Definitely takes a while to edit and upload them, but if you guys like them, I'm down to do them all the time. Plus, it's more fun, and I like the live videos because it's more of like a mindset. My YouTube videos, when I do the scripts, they're very fast-paced, concise, get all the information out. These videos are more, you know, talk a lot about the details. These are more for people who want to watch, who don't want the fancy editing, who don't want all that, I don't know, just those type of videos. These are for people who really want just a raw, unedited, pretty much uncut video of what it's like growing in the garden, what it's like taking care of weed plants, what it's like setting up the plants. And we're showing every single step from the very beginning to the very end. And it's kind of tedious going through every single one, but I mean, this is how it is, you know, so that's what we're doing. And also, another thing I like about organic amendments is, as you continuously water, they just water in, so you don't have to like mix them too well, you know what I mean? You want them to be mixed up because you don't want any hot spots to burn the roots. But as I water, this will continuously just mix and balance out, is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, there we go. Got our next pot going. I'm gonna top it off at just one more handful. Top it off. And again, I'm not super compacting them because I want them to go down a bit and refill them. I want to refill them with more soil later to give them that boost in flower. Okay. All right, so let's keep the ball rolling. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Ooh, should we talk some controversy? I think we should. So, one of the strains that I'm most excited to grow right now is the Watermelon Emoji. Now, Watermelon Emoji, like I said before, is a strain from HGZ-TV, Homegrown Zone. And, oh wait, no, it's not Homegrown Zone. What's his name? HomegrownTV, I believe is what it's called. All right, his name is Homegrown Zone TV, or Homegrown TV. And he originally did a video with Copycat Genetics. And I don't know if you guys know about Copycat, but he doesn't have the best representation in the community just because everybody says that he steals genetics. So at least according to my understanding, somebody gave him, you know, a really hype strain, and they said, like, don't sell it or don't do anything with it. And he did, and then his friends got really pissed off because apparently, from their point of view, he backstabbed them. So since that day, there's been a lot of Copycat hate, and then he just kept going with it and built his entire brand on just copying the best hype strains and reversing them and reselling them. And this, basically all the people who were like really hiding their strains and not sharing them and whatnot, Copycat's just like, I'm gonna get them, reverse them, and put them out there, which is exactly what he did. And that pissed off a lot of breeders. A lot of ethics and values came into question about what he was doing. But he, you know, he's a hustler. He wanted to make some money. He wanted to care about making money. So that's exactly what he did. And so there's a lot of like controversy around Copycat, you know what I mean? But Homegrown Zone, or Homegrown TV, did an interview with him, and I watched that whole interview, and I thought it was a pretty good interview. Watching the community outlash, there was definitely a lot of hate, as expected. But honestly, I don't know, dude. You know, it makes me think a lot about it, because as I'm getting into breeding, as I'm starting to want to breed plants, it's like, what is the ethic and value? You know what I mean? It's like, well, if you buy the strain, technically it's yours to do whatever you want with. It's like, you can't tell people they can't breed, they can't not breed with it. You can't tell people that they can't cross the plant and do whatever, you know what I mean? You just can't do that. So it's like, when you put your strain out there, it's out there. It's for what anybody wants to do with it. So yeah, and it's like, if they're already at dispensaries and dispensaries are growing them, and they're across all these facilities. It's like, I don't know, you should be able to do whatever you want with whatever genetics you have. And when I sent out the purple mindsets, that's what I was like, dude, people are like, oh, can I breed with it? I was like, absolutely, you can breed with it. I want you to breed with it. You know what I mean? I wanted that name to be spread. I don't want it to be like hidden. But yeah, just a lot of perspectives. And anyways, I'm kind of babbling, huh? I gotta catch my breath. So anyways, Copycat Genetics, like he you know, kind of resonated with, or excuse me, Homegrown TV kind of resonated with Copycat Genetics a little bit, as far as the hustling and just making it from nothing, coming up out of nowhere, and producing something that you love and that you care about. And for him, it's weed. You know, Copycat, he loves weed, he cares about it, he's grown thousands of strains. And so does Homegrown TV, and so do I, and so does everyone here. So Homegrown TV decided, I was like, dude, let's make a strain. So they ended up making a strain, and it was the Watermelon Emoji. And it was technically never released. It's an unofficial release. It was never sold, I believe. I don't even know how people got them, really, besides like random giveaways and whatnot. But so yeah, it's pretty interesting, controversial story behind the Watermelon Emoji. And I actually respect Homegrown TV a lot for leaving that interview up, because a whole bunch of people just started hating on him. And honestly, I feel like they just didn't watch the video. You know what I mean? At the same time, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is the copycat hate? Are you guys copycat haters? Are you not? I mean, everybody wants them, dude. Everyone wants those genetics. He has done a fantastic job marketing his strains to where everybody wants them. But there's been a lot of problems with them recently, especially on Instagram. There's been a lot of fake packs going out. There's been a lot of backstabbing between the inner copycat community, like the employees themselves, and just a whole bunch of drama, you know? So I see why people stay away from certain things, because they don't want drama. And I don't want drama either, you know? I'm just trying to grow for fun. But at the same time, you know, it caught my eye. I can't lie. It caught my eye, and I want to at least try it out. And I'm like, dude, I like Homegrown TV a lot, and I like watermelon, and the Watermelon Emoji just sounds fire. So that's why I'm growing it. Yeah, that's the whole story of that strain. The next strain that we're growing is the Platinum OG Punch Breath. Now, Platinum OG Punch Breath it's made by Tarantula Genetics. It's got, anytime you hear the word platinum, that usually means it's like a punch cross that's super frosty. So yeah, that's what that is. And I was looking at the pictures of it. It looks amazing. I'm super excited to grow it, and I hope it has really good effects. I know Purple Punch is known for not having the greatest effects, and it's mainly just a looker strain. But we got OGs in there, we got breaths in there, we got all these different types of strains, and I think it's going to be a real winner. So I'm very excited to grow this strain. Also, looking at Tarantula Genetics on Instagram, he's just one of those breeders that's extremely passionate about the Purple Punch strain. A lot of the times breeders, they have, you know, wildly different strains here and there, but it seems to me like Tarantula Genetics really cares about his one Platinum OG, or his one Purple Punch plant that he has, to where he's continuously bred that plant and worked with it, and he knows what he likes. So I'm like, dude, if he uses that as his baseline, and it's like that's the plant for him, there's no way it's not good, right? So I'm very excited to try that plant as well. And the last plant is, what's it called? Shit. I'm like, what's the last plant called? I'm tired. The last plant is called Wingsuit. Now, the reason I'm excited for Wingsuit is because of the cross. And the cross is Red Bull's crossed with Gastro. And Red Bull's is a, I believe it's grape, ape, and apples and bananas or something like that. Or that's Gastro. Anyways, I don't know what the cross is, but overall, I mean, dude, it sounds fire. Red Bull's, Gastropop, red cherry candy, Slurpees, I'm in. So overall, very excited for all the strains that we're growing. And we're almost done filling up all the pots, which is Hopefully I've been blabbering, so hopefully I didn't miss adding a nutrient in one pot. Could probably tell when we watch the footage back, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah. Dude, if you guys are still, I don't know how I'm gonna make this video, because, you know, I've been just talking, blabbering, and it's been a live video of me just one angle filling up the pots. But if you guys are watching this video and you like this video, it's more of like a podcast style, leave a comment. Say I like the long, live, extended videos of the uncut. I like the uncut videos. The unedited, uncut videos. But we're slowly filling up this tent. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Dude, I think we're done. All right, growmies. So we have the wingsuit. We have the watermelon emoji. We have the platinum emoji punch breath, right? We have 3 bangers of a strain. But now, we're actually gonna do 2 more, which is Blueberry Muffin. Now, honestly, oh, and we also have a Mountaintop Mint. So it's gonna even out. Let me get that Mountaintop. Ooh, stinky in here. Woo. And we also have a Mountaintop Mint, which is gonna get transplanted into one of these pots. And that way we'll have an even amount. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, growmies, and we're also going to be growing 2 more blueberry muffin seeds. So this is going to be an amazing tent. Hopefully finding some top tier keepers. I haven't found a single keeper this year, so please, we need a keeper. But anyways, let's fill up the last pots. Now, so okay, the last 2 strains that I'm growing is Blueberry Muffin and Mountaintop Mint. Now, talking about Blueberry Muffin. Blueberry Muffin was the first video that I made on my YouTube channel that pretty much got me traction and got me going on YouTube. Before I started YouTube, I was getting like 20 views a day, 100 views on a really good day after like years of uploading. But then finally, one day, I uploaded a Blueberry Muffin video, and within like 20 minutes, it had 3,000 views. It just got promoted by YouTube right off the bat. And that was one of the videos where I worked the absolute hardest on it. It was my first time where I was like, I really want to level up on YouTube. I really want to like do something that's gonna make my channel stand out. You know what I mean? So Blueberry Muffin video, I was like, you need to do an awesome grow smoke report, at least to the best of my ability at that time. And that's exactly what I did. And Blueberry Muffin, honestly, dude, it's an amazing strain. It's the main reason why I think Humboldt has a lot of the renowned clout that they have, is because of Blueberry Muffin. And because of Blueberry Muffin, I wanted to grow a whole bunch of other strains. And I gotta say, you know, not as many, I gotta say the other ones did not really hit as home the way the Blueberry Muffin did. I was not as impressed. But I really do love the Mountaintop Mint. I love the Blueberry Muffin. I didn't like the All Gas OG, Golden Sands, Bigfoot Glue, and Banana Melt, and a few other ones. I wasn't a big fan of those. And as well as the macaroon and ice cream cake and a few other like random testers. But their Blueberry Muffin is absolutely incredible, dude. And it's just one of those strains where like, you can't not love it. You know what I mean? You really can't not love it. So, and especially to cross it, I think it's one of those strains where it's better as a cross. So I'm very excited to cross Blueberry Muffin, hopefully with something good in this tent that we find. Now, the intent of the Blueberry Muffin that I'm looking for, the pheno that I'm looking for of Blueberry Muffin, I really want that electric candy blueberry, again, warhead. I'm not really looking for the muffin chamomile terps. I'm mainly looking for that extreme blueberry candy, electric blueberry. So hopefully we get the electric blueberry one, but who knows? Anyways, we got 2 more pots to fill up, and then it's time to plant the seeds and get humidity domes on all of them. And that's a good question. I'm like, what am I going to use for humidity domes? Because we got a lot of plants to, you know, We have a lot of plants that we have to put a humidity dome on, so we'll have to figure that out in a second. Normally I just do plastic water bottles, but I stopped buying plastic water bottles, so I don't have any anymore. But we'll see what I can recycle. Anyways, almost done. Got 2 more buckets to go. I've been dumping just the whole thing of worm castings because we're getting closer to the end. I also have to save a little bit for the auto tent when I transplant, but I can also easily get more nutrients if I need to. So anyways, we'll mix this all up. And yeah, dude, what do you guys think? Tell me some predictions. You guys think this is going to be a good nutrient mix? Do you guys think this is going to be too hot? Do you guys think this is going to be too light? What do you guys think about this nutrient mix? Leave a comment down below. And let me know if you guys have ever used it before. The Biofish 772, the Dolomite Lime, Down to Earth. Like, let me know what you guys think about the products. Anyways, like I said, we're not filling the pots to the brim because we're going to want to add more soil on top of them and re-amend it, especially during flower. But yeah. Okay. And we're down to our last one, dude, our last pot, which is going to be this Mountaintop Mint. Now, looking at this Mountaintop Mint, we can see she doesn't look like she's doing the absolute greatest, but we're just going to transplant her and get her going in a 1 gallon. So here's our 1 gallon pot right here, and let's fill her up. This is the last 1 gallon pot that we're going to be using for this grow. And it looks to be about the perfect amount of soil, so pretty nice. Okay. There we go. Just gonna keep getting all this soil. Yeah, we're actually running a bit low. We're gonna add that extra. Okay. Now again, our final feed. What we did. So we did 1 scoop of the 772. We did about a half scoop of Dolomite Lime. We did about a full scoop of the worm castings. And we did a splash of the azomite. And that was our whole feed. Now, I will tell you right now, I did forget to add in the gypsum. But I feel like that's a lot to add in a 1 little gallon pot right now. I'm just gonna add that for flower when we get to flower. And we'll see how this does overall, because we already have a lot of calcium in here. We already got a lot of nutrients. We got a lot of everything. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So there's our pot of soil. Now let's get all the rest of the soil in this bucket. And let's add it to the mix. All the rest of the soil mixed in. There we go. Okay. All right, growmies. So after all that, we filled up all our pots. We got them all with nutrients, and now it's time to plant the seeds and make the labels. So let's go ahead and do that. And also, I'm gonna bottom water. I'm gonna top water. Oh wait. We also gotta transplant this, which I'm gonna do right now actually. So first, let's transplant this Mountaintop Mint. So go down here. Okay. Now the way I'm gonna do this, so I'm just gonna open it up like that. And let's see, dude, this is like not compact at all. This is not gonna end up going well. I can tell you right now, growmies. Honestly, I'm just gonna dig it out. Yeah, there we go. That's the best I could do. All right, I know that's super cringe, but there you go. Plant's been removed. It's been repotted. And there we go. She'll never know. She'll never know. Can't get the soil out. It's stuck to the wall. It's so wet. All right. And there we go, very beautiful. Okay. So the Mountaintop Mint is the first one inside the tent. She's the first one to make it. I did pop her a little bit earlier because I'm doing a grow with a growmie named Mike in the Discord. I believe he's Mikey Grows on YouTube. Crazy ass motherfucker. Yeah, I'm doing a Mountaintop Mint pheno hunt with him. He's growing one, I'm growing one. So see how they end up. But yeah, growmies, that's pretty much it for this. No, not really. We're not done anywhere at all, actually. Okay. Now let's get our nutrients out. And let's get these out. And let's go ahead and see how we're going to set this up. So we could do 1, 2. I think we could do like something like this. All right. Yeah, and that's the setup we'll go with. Right there. So that's how we're going to do our plants. Should be pretty good. I like the setup, I'm not going to lie. And that wasn't too bad of a work, but it did take some time. So now it's time to plant our seeds and also water everything. Alright, growmies, and after all our hard work, here is the tent setup. Here's the plants. My microphone ended up dying. I didn't realize it while I was recording the rest of the video. But essentially all we did is we created name tags for every single strain. So WE for Watermelon Emoji, WS for Wingsuit, Blueberry Muffin is BM, and then the Platinum OG Punch Breath is PO. So we got all our strains and we used these pickle containers, which I also like to use for cloning as well. But they're just good solid domes that stay over the plants and it keeps the topsoil evenly moisturized. So it's been about 24 hours since I planted these seeds, a little bit less. And coming in to check at the plants, I always like to look at my soil moisture levels. If I see that my soil moisture is already dry on the top, that means I have way too much airflow that's hitting the soil tops. And especially for germination, we don't want to dry out the soil right away. We want it to stay nice and consistent and evenly moisturized for as long as possible. So that's the plan with that. And we could see our Mountaintop Mint looking pretty good since the transplant as well. But yeah, growmies, this is a brand new series. My goal is to do every single video, every single step, pretty much damn near uncut, and show you everything that I do start to finish. So if you guys want to see how to grow your own weed, you can. This is how I grow mine. And I'm going to try really hard on this. We're going to do daily effort and daily check-ins. So expect a lot of videos and a lot of long-term videos. And I'm really excited about this series. I think this is going to be one of the most monumental series that we create on the channel. So really excited about this. Hoping to find absolute fire. We're growing absolute fire. We have so many different random, rare, beautiful strains in here. So, I mean, dude, it's infinite potential. But anyways, growmies, if you guys watched this whole hour video, leave a like in the video, leave a comment, say something, you know, I like the long videos, let me know. But anyways, growmies, as always, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment. If you haven't seen my other Grow/Moke reports, check those out. Keep it up out there, growmies, and stay motivated in this beautiful medicinal hobby. #GrowMeGang.